My guest today here on KASU is Billy Jones. He and his band, the Delta Blues Outlaws, have a new album called Welcome to the Blues Highway. And this isn't your first release, but I think this may be your first album that is one that was recorded in front of an audience, a live album.
Right.
Is that right?
Right. This has got to be my favorite album that we've ever done. We have a residency at Harlow's Casino in Greenville, Mississippi. And we play there on a regular basis on the main stage. And a lot of times we'll have one of our little studio-made CDs selling it. But the ladies will always come up and say, I want a CD with that song that you just did there. And so we got a hold of some recording equipment and set it up. And we just recorded one of our shows. And it was a great show.
Well, as I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, KASU has booked you for a lot of our live musical events. I think you've played for us in Jonesboro and Newport and Dice and maybe in Paragould too. And having seen you play, you bring such an energy to the stage, to your live concerts. That comes through on this recording and listening to it. I'd love to hear you talk about how, as a musician, you feed on the audience in a way that produces a recording that's very different than what you would get if you were just simply in a recording studio.
Right. That is what I love about this record, is that it's just what happened. That's just it. You're like an acrobat on a high wire. You don't get to do a retake. You ain't got a net. It just happened like that, and that's how it is. And that's what comes across, that energy. The guys in our band, each one of them are so great. You know, all of us throughout the years have played with other little bands and stuff, but we are actual, real Delta Blues Outlaws guys, like we say, you know. And we played every juke joint and red hole and big place and small place and everything. We played everything you could possibly do, playing it the way we want to play it, and we're having much better success than ever.
Well, and the fun that you have on stage with your other musicians, the audience can't help but have fun watching you. One thing I love about you and your band, Billy, is that there are some people who are musicians, but there are some people who are also entertainers. Yeah, there's some people who can play music, but they don't necessarily entertain an audience. You do both and do that extremely well, and that kind of translates over into the music that you're going to hear on this album, too. Talk a little bit about that, about how, it's playing music, but it's also about entertaining an audience.
Well, one thing, we have some good guys. They are great musicians, but they are greater personalities than people. We all love each other. It's like I know everybody. I know the word brotherhood and all that is worn out, but this is truly that. And we love doing this so much with each other that every time we play, it's fun.
Well, and again, you've known these guys and you've been playing together with them for many, many years. You've got a great dynamic that I'm sure that playing on stage together, it just comes so easily. It just takes just a look from one band member to the other to know where you're going next or what you're going to be doing next.
Oh, yeah. That is part of the skill.
My guest today here on KASU's Arkansas Roots is Billy Jones. He and his band, the Delta Blues Outlaws, have released a new album recorded live at Harlow's Casino down in Mississippi. The album is called Welcome to the Blues Highway. And we've been talking about music. Let's share a little bit of the music from the album now. I'd love to talk to you about some of the specific songs on there, why you recorded them, why you like playing some of these songs. And I want to start with one that I know that's been in your set for years and years. I can remember you playing it at several KASU events over the years. And that's the tune Shade Tree Mechanic. Tell us about that one.
Oh, that is a great song. It has Cajun, Zydeco influence in it, but it's basically your original stomp down, juke joint, pack the dance floor type of deal. There's a certain feeling there in that song that it's hard to not dance when you hear it.
You say your caddy ain't been driven right. You say you don't want that thing to idle all night. Let me work on it, baby, I'll fix it up for you, and I'll have your motor purring like like a kitten, baby, when I get through. But baby, don't panic, 'cause I'm a shade tree mechanic. Baby, don't panic, girl, I'm a shade tree mechanic. Don't panic, baby, I'm a shade tree mechanic. Baby, don't panic, girl, I'm a shade tree mechanic.
One of the things I like about your live shows is that, yeah, you're rooted in the blues. That's what you guys are all about. But you'll pull in some songs from outside of, the traditional blues realm and do some tunes like, well, for example, on this album, Tennessee Whiskey. What is it about that song that's appealing to you to play?
Well, first of all, I love the song. It's a big hit, but that is one of those songs that, like I'm saying, the ladies that come to our show, they want to hear a recording of us playing that song. We'll play that on the show, and they are specifically asking for the songs that we perform each night. And so that is what led to this project, but I'm so glad it did, because I really love this album.
I used to spend my nights out in a ballroom. Liquor was the only love I know. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. Pure and smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I'll stay strong on your love all the time.
Well, again, in pulling in all these different influences, music from across many different decades, another song that you cover on the album is No Diggity. Tell us about why that one's appealing to you and why you like playing that one live.